The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, Jesus told this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and treated others with contempt. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other a tax collector. The Pharisee, standing by himself, prayed thus: God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give tithes of all that I get. But the tax collector, standing far off, would not even lift up his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
We can ask ourselves, when we think about the Pharisee and the tax collector, what was the Pharisee's error? To be honest, he probably made several. But was his main error pride? I think that is probably it. It is the main fault that he has. Pride in himself. A self-fulfilled, puffed-up pride, no reliance on God, and demeaning others. He forgot his place in the order of creation and in the order of God himself, that we are all in need of God's mercy and forgiveness, no matter how holy a life we live. And please God, we do live holy lives, but no matter where we are on our journey to holiness, we are always, like the tax collector, in need of God's mercy. And another fundamental error that he makes when he thinks about all the lists of people who he's better than, he really thinks that he can save himself rather than rely on God. I can do this. I'm better than that. I've achieved this. I've not done that. There's no room for God in that list, and there's no room for recognition of the times when he himself would have fallen. All of us, no matter who we are in reality the tax collector in this parable. But we can all fall into the trap of being the Pharisee. All of us, no matter who we are, must say to God, God, be merciful to me, a sinner, with the knowledge that the Lord died and rose again for us, out of love for us, to reconcile us back to him. When we become like the Pharisee, when we think that we are better than our neighbour, when we think that we are holier and therefore can put the other down, we have forgotten that we ourselves need God, and frankly, we have made ourselves God. So let us ask the Lord in this Mass for the grace to always be able to say the words of the tax collector, to maybe reveal in our lives where we fall into this trap, and thank God that if we have fallen into it, his arm is always stretched out in mercy and love, ready for us to take hold of it again, and once again begin afresh with him.